The other thing that went viral, I think it was Sunday or Monday, and well, we just didn't get to it yet, is this bad boy right here. No, that's not Joe Biden, okay? That's Bill Clinton. Stop it. Oh, God, Bill. That is what a Democrat woman will do to you guys, okay? Listen carefully. That is what a progressive woman... Bill's only 50, you guys. I'm kidding. He's actually older. I think he's either 3 years younger than Joe or Joe's 3 years younger than Clinton. One or the other. Look at that poor guy. Jesus, man. Hillary. That is why you need a strong woman, boys. That is why you need a strong woman and not a psycho, because that is what life will do to you if you're with a woman like that. Former President Bill Clinton said this week that the poorly secured U.S. southern border led to the death of 26-year-old Georgia nursing student Laken Riley, who was murdered by an illegal immigrant, an illegal alien who came into the U.S. under the Biden-Harris administration. This one just made Biden and Harris look terrible. And I don't think Bill gives two bleeps. I've always said here on the show, if you go back to this dude's administration, even he was for taking care of immigration. So you just could see in the span of since his administration all the way to where we are at now, the hardcore swing to the left the Democrats have done. So this dude comes out and says this.
A case in Georgia not very long ago, didn't you? They made an ad about a young woman who'd been killed by an immigrant. Yeah, well, if they'd all been properly vetted, that probably wouldn't have happened. But if they're all properly vetted, and that doesn't happen, and America is not having enough babies to keep our populations up, so we need immigrants that have been vetted to do work, there wouldn't be a problem. And he couldn't keep people all torn up and upset. You got a case in Georgia.
You know, I hate to say it, but I agree with Bill. Bill, damn you. Look at you. You're coming out, and I got to agree with you. Man, he was shaking. Did you see that guy with the mic? I'll tell you what. If you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black. No, I'm just kidding. Joe Biden actually said that. What Bill said was, if we vet people, we won't have this happen. Jesus, man. Bill, what happened to you? Is that what the Democrats do? Because I'll tell you what, you look a hell of a lot like Joe Biden. Just tore up. The Democrat Party ran through you. They used you as a freaking towel to wipe their you-know-what with, and they threw you to the curb. Is this the health care Democrats want? Is this the health care that we're going to get? Jesus. We ain't done yet. You think that's bad? You think that one was bad? Again, it's cleanup after cleanup after cleanup. It's terrible what these people are doing to the Kamala Harris campaign, and she keeps chauffeuring them out there. We got Ian. Thank you so much for the $4.99. I think Trump is up more than the polls show. He was down by 9 according to the polls in 2016. He won. The polls seem to oversample Democrats. I'm gonna like that, and I think you're absolutely correct. I do think Trump is up. But here's the thing, and I've always said this, and Ian, thank you again for the $4.99, and I'm not hounding you one bit, I actually agree with you, is I saw a lot of what we're seeing now in 2020, though. That's the thing that scares me the most, because I voted for Trump in 2016. I wasn't sure if he's going to win, because like what you mentioned on the polls there, and the polls were wrong. And I also want to preface, because you're doing an observational study, is you're not able to remove what's called confounding factors. Confounding factors are certain variables that affect the outcome or the response that you're looking for in an observational study. So in this case, when you're calling people up, you want a trustworthy response, but you're not as sure if you're exactly getting that based on the questions that are being provided. So you can't eliminate those things when you're doing polling. And the pollsters since 2016 and how wrong they were, they're not able to figure it out. They still have no clue to this day how to sample certain people, ask very certain questions that will elicit a response that won't ultimately be biased or won't ultimately be wrong that would lead to the polls being skewed. Now, what I'm seeing is 2020 all over again. That's just what scares me right now. So we got to get out and vote. I'm not doing the show here where I'm saying, hey, we got a huge red wave. Don't you need to worry about it. Trump has us in the bag. We need it too big to rig, baby. Too big to rig. Because they're allowing illegals to vote. They're allowing dead people to vote. They didn't clean up their voter registration rules. I mean, hell, there's people that voted that were dead like 20 years ago that are going to be making it out to the polls again. So get out and vote. And thank you, Ian, again for the $4.99. You're helping us keep the lights on. Love it. Everybody like that. Also, if you can like the video over on YouTube, if you haven't clicked that like button, folks, you guys have been smashing that. We've been getting like 100 plus people at a time on just YouTube alone. So hit that over at YouTube. And then obviously Rumble's popping off. Rumble always pops off. Well, you would think, hey, you know what? They're going to get this under control. They're going to get their surrogates kind of all in a line, give them the script like they normally do. No, sir. No, sir. Mayorkas comes out, this dimwit. We might have showed this yesterday. I don't even remember, but damn, it's worth a second go. It's disinformation to suggest the admin intentionally encouraged illegal immigration. Brad, isn't this the same guy that sat there and told us the border was secure? Isn't this the same guy that went under oath and said, yes, Mr. Jordan, the border's secure? Yeah, it is the same guy. It's the same guy. So this psychopath, embattled Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas claimed over the weekend that it was disinformation to claim that the Biden-Harris administration was intentionally trying to bring illegal aliens into the country so they could vote in the U.S. elections. So he's talking about us, you guys. We're spreading disinformation. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. We're not telling you the truth one bit. It's all fabricated, really.
65% of Trump voters believe the Biden administration is trying to intentionally increase the number of migrants at the border. And among the people who do believe that, 3/4 of them say it's because the administration wants them to vote. And the Speaker of the House just told us that he thinks non-citizens are going to vote, even though this is already illegal under established law.
Do you see how I said this yesterday? It's already illegal under established law. You can't do it. They're going to do it anyways, lady. They don't give two. It's astonishing. They're gonna break the law. They can't do it. It's illegal. So was them coming across the border, you dimwit. And they still broke that law. What makes you think all of a sudden they give two bleeps about the law when they broke it in the first place to come here? No, they can't do it. God, man.
What mechanisms can you tell the public about that exist to prevent this from happening?
So what a powerful example of disinformation. There is no facts underlying these assertions. They are extremely damaging. It causes people to lose confidence in the integrity of the election system.
65% of Trump voters believe the Biden.
Yeah, that causes people to use. How about you running the country and doing a poor job at the southern border, or helping run a country, I guess, into the ground? How about that losing confidence in election integrity? How about the fact that you don't want to sit there and actually perform forensic audits all the way back in 2020? How about the fact that you don't want to sit there and allow it in the same proportion of people watching the voter booths because they're hiring more Democrats than they are Republicans? How about fixing that so there could be an increase in voter integrity? How about sitting there and actually just making sure there's no foozery? How about not pretending that there's freaking water pipes exploding left and right on election night? Hey, how about you just make it election day and not election week? Hey, how about you don't sit there and have states like Pennsylvania sit there and change their laws at the end of the day when they're not allowed to make sure they get more votes in? Hey, how about you stop allowing votes come in after election day? And if people can't get it in, then that's their problem. Hey, how about you make sure people actually voting for properties that they live at? Why don't you have people just, I don't know, make sure they actually live at a physical building that's in where it say it's going to be on their voter registration roll? Hey, how about you just check IDs? Hey, asshole, DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, why don't you sit there and stop suing states for wanting to sit there and check voter registration, meaning IDs? Hey, how about you stop giving illegals IDs? Hey, how about you just stop having them be on the voter registration rolls in the first place? And you're right, I called the guy an a-hole because he is. He is, you guys. The dude allowed in 10.5 million people, terrorists, drug traffickers, people bringing in fentanyl that's killed over 250,000 people, meaning Americans. They're allowing violent gang members to come in and rape and kill women like they did with Laken Riley. Yeah, he's an asshole. He really is. And that's me being nice about it. This guy is sick.
The notion that we in law enforcement have sought to intentionally allow individuals to cross the border illegally for the purpose of voting is preposterous, and everyone should condemn that rhetoric.
It's preposterous. How could you possibly believe that? This guy's scum, man. He is, man, he is, I'm trying to be so careful with my words right now. This guy's scum, dude. Disgusting. This guy's allowing people to be killed, man. Yeah. No. This guy right here, you heard me right, Democrats, because some of these libs will fall in here. Yeah, the guy that you voted for put this guy in control of the Department of Homeland Security and has sat there and rode this country into the ground, is responsible for millions of people, terrorists in this country, plotting freaking election day terrorist plots. Thank God that was caught. Yeah, this guy's partially responsible for all of that. Well, I'm going to vote for them again because they're doing such a fine and dandy job. No, they're not. They suck ass, and they have been. I'll take Bill Clinton over Kamala Harris, Joe Biden any day. Bill, get your ass out here.